I'll rewind probably to the start of our initial conversation, really. And for anyone that might be viewing this, just to let them know that I was at a point in my life slash career where I was winding down and was really referred to you guys through a financial advisor in Florida, and really just reached out to you guys on that recommendation to visit and see what was available. And so that this doesn't just go on forever, um, as I talk to you, and I think certainly you'll remember, my concerns were uh, primarily that I would be able to protect the uh, funds that I was going to depend upon to retire with. I'm really a pretty low risk individual as it comes to in regard to the markets and things like that. And so we talked at length about that. And I think, as I said to you before, I think one of the things that I was most impressed with was both the process uh, that you guys require on my behalf, but also the patience and the diligence that you showed me as we kind of worked through that. It was not a quick deal. And as I look back on it, I perfectly understand that because these are very big decisions for most people. And So I appreciated that as much as anything in how this relationship has progressed. That from the very get go, you guys were very in tune, very interested in what was important to me. I never got a hard sell of any kind. I got recommendations and I got very explicitly explained recommendations about ways that you guys thought that you could help me and my family as I moved on into my retirement years. So uh, that in a nutshell is, well, that's not really it, because in so we engaged with one another and we put into place a plan. And since that time, your organization and you in particular have been very, very good at touching base with me, responding to the times that I've reached out to you with questions as recently as this past month, and to answer questions, solve problems, allay some concerns, and things of that nature. So uh, I say that to indicate that not only is there uh, a lot of attention that you guys provide on the front end, which is would certainly be expected typically, but that level of attention has been maintained throughout these, what are we into now, 5 years or something like that. And so I appreciate that about your organization and the opportunity to work with you guys. I think probably the thing that is most important to me is being able to at least have a pretty predictable long range look at what my financial picture is going to be. Again, I think that goes back to saying that, hey, I don't want to put a lot of my funds out there that are high risk and may disappear. And so let's take this and let's build a program. And if the endpoint and that picture is something that I feel like that I'm comfortable with, then so be it. And so there will be changes, as you and I just recently discussed. We're going to have to massage and potentially make some changes to what we do, what I do. Uh, but in the broad brush of the deal. It was very comforting to me to have a rather long term, meaning to the end, probably past the end of my expected lifetime, of what my financial picture would be, and that's where I wanted to get from the start, and we have that, and continue to keep that target in mind, and I think that's probably the most important thing to me. Oh, I mean, I would be hard pressed to find something I didn't like. Actually, that's not a very good answer, but I think from a business perspective, I think the attention that all of your staff that I've dealt with, all the way to your uh, fine young ladies that answer the phone for you, and making sure that when I need something, I've got someone that will reach back out to me in a very, very timely manner. Uh, uh, I've enjoyed just from a long distance to the extent that we could. This is the first time I think really I've even seen you, uh, but to the extent that we could get to know each other over the phone, it's been a pleasure. The personalities I think were a great fit. You guys are extremely knowledgeable. You're extremely efficient. You're very cordial at all times when we've been together, and I like that a lot. The nuts and bolts of this whole process I've really left to you. I would say to anyone that looked at this, I'm not a numbers guy. I was in the healthcare professions all my life. I'm not an investor. I'm not a money man. And so I think the trust that has been uh, hoped for in the beginning has proved itself out through the process. And that's probably as important as anything.